You may have noticed that in 8 years of this channel, I have not posted a mastering tutorial. And the reason is pretty simple. I don't do mastering. I don't master my own mixes. I don't do it as a service for others. And I've got a feeling that a lot of you watching this probably shouldn't do mastering either. And I'm gonna explain why in this video. To me, mastering is the last 5 or 10% that gets your mix ready for the real world. It's a different mindset and it's a different skill set. And in my opinion, if you're mastering your own mixes, I don't think that you're actually mastering. Think about this. If you're mixing a song, where do you draw the line? Where do you get to a point where you still need to improve the mix, but you say, no, I'm gonna stop mixing now, I'm gonna switch, and I'm gonna start mastering? This doesn't really make sense to me. I mean, if you know the mix still needs work, then you should still be mixing. I don't understand how you decide how to switch those hats. For most people, they're really just mixing and then making it loud enough for commercial release. And hey, I admit some guys do a really good job of that. But for me, whenever I tried to do that, I just felt like I made my mix worse. And so I stopped doing it. But true mastering is more than just making it really loud and exporting the right format. I really see it as a separate process, a totally separate thing. And for it to be a separate thing, it has to be done by a different person in a different space with a dedicated process. It's a chance for an experienced outside ear to fine-tune the tone and the dynamics of your mix and try to make it better. Now, like everyone else, I'm stuck with my own ears and my own brain. I have certain habits and ways of hearing things. And I'm also limited to my room and my speakers and my environment. For example, I know that I have a tendency to mix a little bit light in the low mids. And this is something that I'm always trying to improve on. But it's so satisfying getting a great master back where they've filled in all of those gaps for me. And they've made these little tweaks that just make up for those ways that I didn't quite nail it on my own. Here's an example. A really great mastering engineer has tens of thousands of hours invested into that skill set. And they have the gear, the monitors, and the space specifically tailored for it. Me, I've invested almost no time into mastering. I don't have a dedicated space for it, and I don't have dedicated gear or a dedicated process that I've refined over years. Now, could I make my mix loud enough for release and have it be passable? Yeah, I could, but is it gonna be as good as someone else who has been doing that for a decade? No chance. And that's where it's a no-brainer for me. I care about excellence. I care about my work being the best it can possibly be. I call it the gold standard mindset. So to get all the way to a finished mix and then phone it in for the last 5 or 10% is just not something I'm cool with. It would be like an author who spends months writing a book and then doesn't hire an editor. Like, why go to all of that trouble to release a book that has spelling mistakes that you were just blind to because of all the hours you've put into it? Quite simply, I know a good master is going to make my mix better. It's literally gonna make me sound like a better mixer. Plus, when I hear the changes that they made, it's an opportunity for me to notice where I came up a little short and I can get better next time. And there's no scenario where that is not a huge win. Like, my mix is better, so it has a better chance of making an impact out in the world. It's gonna help me attract more clients and build a better reputation in the industry, and it helps me improve. Like, why in the world would I not want that? Now, I have no problem with someone offering mastering as a separate service, even though they also do mixing and producing and these other things, provided you actually take it seriously and invest time and money and effort into getting really good at it. But at the same time, you have to think about the cost of trying to be great at too many things instead of going all in on what you're best at. And if you're always the one mastering your own mixes, I think you're leaving a lot of potential and opportunity on the table, and you're not getting the most out of your time and effort. And you don't lose when you collaborate, you get better. The best part is that great mastering usually doesn't cost a lot of money. Now, I've been doing some fun experiments on this channel recently where I'm trying to find the best mastering engineers at different price points, and you can check out one of the most surprising comparisons in this video right here.